D-Man here. It's Wednesday, it's Wing Chun, and it's windy. So if there's too much noise in the background, I'll apologize right away. I just want to put some vision over the things I was talking about in the last two posts with the fact that I think we should be combining all of the forms as early as soon as possible. If you trained like I did with Master Jim Fung, then a lot of these things you know anyway, because Sifu Jim put together a program where there's a lot of movement, a lot of aspects from the other forms brought in from day one, and it's very much how I teach my students. The first half hour of all of our sessions are spent walking with the poles, walking with the knives, just trying to get people out of that thought that Wing Chun is here. Wing Chun is very mobile, very, very mobile martial art. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the most basic thing we have to try and show where this is coming from, and that's the straight punch. In Silam Tao, in the very beginning, our straight punch is done from the Yi Chi Kim Ma, trying to hold myself nice and stable, and it just comes out. Whoops, just comes out. No movement of the body required, just my hands doing the job. Like I put in the post, when we start to rotate the Yi Chi Yin Kim Ma, we get to the Hun Ma, to the turning stance, and then I can move from here. And so what we're seeing now, it's exactly the same. So I'm just using my Chun Kyu, just here. Boom. A lot of what we teach at early stages for beginners, even though it's from here, we're teaching them to step and square up. Although it's square, it's just the same as here. It's already bringing in Chun Kyu concepts. Frequently, I know that in Sifu Gym School, we would teach people to use this round sliding step to cover their groin on the way in. And of course, this is from Bilji. Even these moves, they're teaching us to come here, to punch. So Bilji concepts are now doing a parry as I step in. It's just doing a parry, making everything be powered by my body. My understanding of Chun Kyu is that Chun Kyu is predominantly defensive, so most of it would be us bringing our body mass into our defensive hand, which is why you would be punching from the rear hand. This would be occupied with turning away or parrying, so that's why I'm punching off the rear hand. When we look at the other forms, at the knives, we look at the movements in the knives. You know, the knife, we have a nice straight stepping to advance. Maybe I'll go here so you can see it better. And we have a curved stepping to retreat. And this is really, you know, the curved step in particular is just us latching and punching. Just us latching and punching as we go away. The straight step is just a slightly larger version of our step and punch. So I would be here, boom. I'm just going to be stepping in on the guy. Now, of course, this is a front hand strike because I'm taking the offensive. My understanding is the offensive aspect of what we do is in the pole and in the knives. And talking about the pole, it's probably a bit large. Use a smaller one. When we're looking at the movements in the pole, I mean, you know, basically for a start, it's only Tan Sao and Bil Sao. And I'm just coming through. Everything's coming off the rear foot. Even if I'm going backwards, still coming through, still thrusting forward as I'm moving my body out of the line. And again, you know, I've now got a situation which is a little bit more sideways instead of straight in front of me, which can be multiple attackers. And boom, I'm just able to think of like the pole, just move straight away, bring my body up. And so here we are using pole thinking. And every one of you, even if you've only been training for a year or two, probably even much less, will have probably experienced all of these movements yourself, or you'll have just done them naturally because Wing Chun is based on normal human body movement. So my thinking of the seventh form is quite simply that once we play with all these things and we release ourselves and we're not beginning to try and hold ourselves here, do this silly shuffling that I've seen people do. Nobody shuffles. Human beings don't. Even the Ninja Turtles don't shuffle. So from here I would be sliding, covering my groin as I come in, using the hip movement from Bill G. The aim here was simply to put vision behind what I wrote in the last couple of articles. I'm in no way trying to say, look, this is how it is, other people are wrong. Wing Chun is very much about how you interpret the concepts, how you interpret the principles, and how you can see your form working, how you can manifest the movements that we build in the form. And they can be mixed and matched. I mean, even these moves. I mean, I've got the curling leg of Bill G. I've got the push off the pole or the push off the Chun Q. And frequently it depends on what you can see happening, because Wing Chun is just Wing Chun. Every movement is part of the same movement. So I hope this has been some use and helped to tie in with the articles. Please feel free to give me your opinion. Nothing is written in stone, and I would love to hear your comments. Until then, what kind of day is it for you?